Hi and welcome to Classic Airsoft. I'm only your host and this is the pretty old Tokyo Marui XM177E2 spring airsoft rifle. This thing hit the market in the mid-early 1980s, if my researches are correct. So this thing is over 40 years old. Not especially this on my table here. This is from the early 2000s. I paid 179 euros for this spring gun, but that was the time period here in Germany when airsoft got legal and the model guns from military weapons are legalized. So that was the time when this thing hit the German market. We have here one of the very first Tokyo Marui spring rifles. So the first 5 were the XM177E2, the M16A1, MP5, G3 and Walther MPL. So this is one of the very first. The packaging is pretty normal for the time period. So Tokyo Marui delivered all his spring guns in that kind of packaging with a nice artwork of the rifle that is inside here. The name, some safety instructions and a very big hop-up logo. Why is it so big? That's because hop-up was a pretty new thing back in the days. So let's get into it. We open up the box. We will find the XM177E2 with some empty space. Normally in that kind of, or in that place here, there are 100 Tokyo Marui 0.2 gram BBs. Normally we get a user manual, a catalog, some safety instructions and some Tokyo Marui targets with this gun, and an unjamming and cleaning rod. Just keep in mind how old this gun is. This thing is completely out of plastic. You will find no metal parts except from some screws. You don't have a 40mm counterclockwise threading underneath the flash hider. The flash hider, the barrel, that's one piece. So this complete thing is out of plastic. The build quality isn't bad, pretty nice if you think about how old this model is. The stock has 2 positions, like the real XM. You can dismount the handguard and then you will find a big weight just to get some weight of the gun in front, because plastic doesn't weigh anything. And here we have the pumping or charging mechanism to get the spring or the piston in the backwards position, and that's a special, this pump function is a special thing on this XM177 as well as on the M16A1. More to that a little bit later in this video, but the G3 and the MP5 did not have this function, this pretty cool function if you played with this gun back in the days. So marking wise, on shooter's left side we have the German proof marks, the F5-Eck, the import company, so that's nothing that. And then we have the Colt horse, the Colt logo, Colt AR-15, property of US government, XM177E2, caliber 5.56, and a serial number, as well as Colt Firearms Industries or Colt Firearms Division, Colt Industries, Hartford, Connecticut, USA. Then we have safe, semi and auto on the fire selector, but due to the fact this is a spring gun, there is no auto. You have to cock the gun before you can shoot it. On the shooter's right side we have ASGK, the Japanese proof mark for airsoft guns, made in Japan. That's it. And you can open up the dust cover by your hand and see there is nothing underneath it. So just decoration. It is here because it should be there, you know. We can disattach the magazine as well by pushing the mag release button, and then we will find a pretty nice spring magazine for that time period. due to the fact that we have a BB holder on top, like on nowadays AEG magazines. So the BBs can't roll out the magazine like on the other very first spring gun models. So to load the magazine, you have a lever on the bottom of the magazine. You can pull it, release it, and now the spring and the follower are completely in a downward position, and you can fill up the magazine with BBs. So as I told you before, we have the BB stop here that prevent the BBs from rolling out, but you can't stick the BBs in. So here is a button you can push to the back side or to the rear of the magazine, and now you can fill in the BBs. Or you take this thing, this loading device, out of the back from the magazine that releases a BB storage compartment, so you can store some BBs here, and then just put this thing on top of the magazine. Now you can take your BBs. I recommend 0.2 gram BBs, and just fill in the magazines, just fill in the BBs in the magazine, so you have some BBs in it. That's it. Now you can store the loading tool in the back of the magazine. BBs won't come out. And to shoot the gun, just insert the magazine, click, that releases the spring, and now the only thing you have to do is cock the gun and then shoot it and have some fun. If you take a look underneath the handguard, here's a small square thing. Ta-da! Now you have a pump grip on your XM. This cocks the gun as well, and now you are able to get a moderate rate of fire out of the spring gun. So, as you saw, it's it's a cool feature that you can cock the gun with this kind of pump grip, even if you play with this airsoft guns. That's a really cool feature because you can get way more shots out of your airsoft than other players by using the charging handle to cock the AR to get ready for shooting. Yeah, so now I would get some chronograph readings for you guys from the XM177. Welcome back. So I hope you enjoyed this short chronograph sequence. You saw how much FPS this old gun brings on the table, and now I show you what you can customize on this gun. So there's not very much, so nearly nothing, but you have a fixed carrying handle with a hole. So you have the option, that's why this aim point is here with the carrying handle mount. You can use normal AR carrying handle mounts, place it on the XM, so that will fit, and now you can use your XM with any kind of Weaver optics you like. Thanks for watching, see you next time.